Okay, so I'm not sad anymore, like I was in the last commentary. I wasn't really sad, but I was very, very thrilled to play the new patch, and I got it today. I downloaded all the stuff, played about 3 hours, and the biggest part of this video is just about how I feel for the patch right now. If I like it, what I do like, what I dislike, stuff like that. And before I go into that though, I need to make one quick announcement, and it seems that the map breakdowns aren't really... It seems like not a lot of you guys actually like them. Well, I don't get any dislikes and stuff like that, but it's just the general interest isn't too big. I only get a few views, and to me it's very important to make videos that are interesting to all of you. But if you want to see those map reviews, I can make more, but as I said, it's just... If it's only interesting for about 50 of my subscribers, I don't think it's worth making them, because I'm trying to upload regularly, and I'm trying to upload stuff that is actually that you actually care about, that you like to see. So that's probably why I'm gonna stop making the map reviews. But as I said, if you want me to make them, leave me a link in the description. The reason why I don't really think it's worth it, because it takes me a lot of time to do them, a lot more than usually, and with not a lot of interest, it's just like I feel like I'm doing it for nothing. And as I said, if you disagree, you can just tell me, and I'm of course gonna make more of them. But anyway, now let's get into the patch a little bit. First of all, footage you see here is not patch footage, it's actually footage from my secondary account, which I haven't used in ages, and I'm using the M4, and I'm trying pretty hard to get a good score in this game. I was like level 2 or something like that, but you're gonna see afterwards. And I was playing with Anderson here, and Anderson, thank you for being a good squadmate during this round. I mean, the gameplay is really ages old, but anyway, it's on Grand Bazaar, you can see, probably my favorite map on Rush. But let's get into the patch a little more, and we got private servers. I absolutely love them. I absolutely love the private servers. I don't have one myself, but I'm admin on lolbots server, and I mean, I'm gonna ask him for permission, but I think he's probably gonna agree with me that I can post the name in the description, so have a look out for that. If not, I'm just gonna make a note down there that I shouldn't share it here, but we actually share the server somehow. We're both admins, and we're most likely gonna play quite a bit of Metro. Yeah, sorry, I don't know, Metro is just fascinating. So if you want to join in, there's probably gonna be quite a bit of Metro, as I said, Metro Conquest. Also, surely some Rush on probably the Coast Quarters map. I don't really like playing Rush on Firestorm. We probably won't have any team deathmatch up there, just some Conquest, probably a lot of infantry maps, and that's it. So I'm gonna ask him for permission, but if he approves, I'm gonna give you the name in the description, so you can just search that. And it might be locked sometimes, private and unranked. Shut up, phone. Sorry. And if it is locked, I'm probably just exercising piloting there, so it's gonna be unlocked after about an hour if I start piloting, because I'm trying to improve that. Since I flew with Mad Mackie, I'm just freaking obsessed with flying helicopters. So that's it for the server. As I said, if I get permission from lolbot, I'm gonna have you link in the description. Otherwise, I'm gonna rent this one for my own next weekend. So that's basically it for the server. Now let's get into the patch a little more. As I said, this gameplay's got nothing to do with the patch, but there's one thing that is probably showing. As you see here, I'm using this M4 only with a laser pointer and a red dot sight, which is about how it feels now with the patch, because there's not these attachments that decrease recoil. And that's the first thing I've realized. A lot more guns have a lot more recoil right now, simply because the foregrip and the silencer are not as ridiculous as they were before. And I find they did a little bit too much nerf into the foregrip. I haven't used the silencer so far, but to me, I think the foregrip should not have such a penalty in accuracy, because on many guns it's not worth using it for me anymore. I can handle vertical recoil pretty easily because it's usually balanced, and I just don't think it's worth using it anymore. And I don't like the bipod, and I agree on somebody in the forums who said that the foregrip doesn't need a nerf. It needs competitors, which means we should have attachments that actually were close to as good. And maybe a lot of you like the bipod. I sure do not. I mean, it's just, I don't like the playstyle that you have to play with the bipod. Just not my thing. But I have tried it only on the SKS so far, which is, I don't know, nothing too great. But might use it on LMGs, but to me an assault rifle with a bipod is just wrong. I'd rather use nothing, no attachment. So it's nothing big, not a big deal, but I think they should have not nerfed the foregrip that much. They should have rather given it a competitive attachment in the same slot, but might just be my opinion. Then overall the attachments, I figured that it's going to take a lot more thinking into what you want to slap on your gun. I mean, before it was like foregrip silencer always works, and I don't think that's the case anymore. I personally like to use foregrip and flash suppressor on very accurate guns like the G3 or like the MK, what is now the KH-2002 is also a great gun with that setup in my opinion. But I think especially with the LMGs I'm gonna run with probably no under barrel attachments, and also the semi-auto snipers. I might only use a bipod, but I don't think so. I really don't like the bipod as I already said. So it definitely takes a lot more consideration into what you want to choose for your gun. It's not like, oh, let's just go with the same attachments for every gun, because it's not going to work. You actually got to think about what you use and what could be effective, and that's a great thing. But as I said with the foregrip, there should be more competition with attachments like this, because to me the foregrip is pretty much useless right now. And yeah, I mean that's basically it for so far. And the kid wants to go out 1 second. Sorry guys, but oh, my cat is a little spoiled and I had to let it out. I hope you don't mind the short break there. And so overall, I think the attachments are a great change so far, as I said, because you need to think a lot more what you use. But there's certain things I do not think are great. I mean, I absolutely love the server browser, and I think the weapons are a lot more balanced now, and I just love to see all the FAMAS and USAS users fail. That's the most lovely thing to me. But what I do not really like about the patch is the vehicles. And let's take it into perspective, especially with the Javelin and the Stinger, which got a good buff. So let's just make a comparison of what it takes to be a good helicopter pilot and what it takes to take out a helicopter pilot. So if you want to be a good pilot in Battlefield 3, you need to first of all know the good maneuvers. You need to be able to fly low, you need to be able to circle strafe, you need to be able to pop the flares even in a battle. You need to be very, very cautious, you need to be extremely concentrated as a good pilot. It takes a lot of practice. So piloting definitely is a hard thing, because you need to, especially right now where tanks are a one-shot kill on helicopters and RPGs instantly drop you, you need to be very, very careful with a helicopter. You need to be a good pilot to do something, and it's overall something really, really hard. Now, before the patch, Stingers weren't too much of a deal. Like, they were only useful if like half a team used them on you. And right now, especially in the Little Bird, I feel like Stingers are way too strong, because to me as a pilot it took me a long time to get actually used to flying. And now some random level 2 can just pull out a Stinger and within his 6 missiles is most likely gonna kill me. And I do not think that's fair, because in Bad Company 2 you need to be a good pilot if you wanted to rape people. And it was hard to be a good pilot. It was actually a challenge. And in Bad Company 2 it was also hard to take out a helicopter. You could hit him with a tank shell, but you needed to be good with the tank. You could hit him with an M136 AT4, but you also needed to take a lot of practice into that rocket launcher. You could kill him with a Carl Gustav, which was also really, really hard. So it took an equal amount of skill to both take out a helicopter than it took to flying it. And that's what I'm missing now in Battlefield 3, because I feel like the Stingers, and especially also the Javelin, are just a lot stronger than the team play and the communication and the skill that either a tank or a helicopter team have. And there's also, I mean, I love how the Havoc flies now. It's not that bad, as I said. If you fly correctly with using below radar, you still can do a good job in a helicopter. But to me personally, a vehicle is something that should be able to change the face of a game, that helps you win. And I don't know why I'm using a tag light here, I really don't know, sorry for that. And right now it feels like the tanks are just like a gadget that you can use for 1 or 2 kills, and afterwards they're gone because some people are going to put out the Javelins and kill you instantly. And I mean, nerfing guns is good because everybody can use a USAS basically, but there's only one tank, and I think the tank on many maps there's only one tank, and I think that this tank should actually be very powerful and be able to actually have an influence on victory. But overall, I'm very happy, and I'm running out of time, so I gotta say goodbye now. Thank you for listening. Give me comments if you disagree, and thank you, I guess. See ya.